Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Indianapolis. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. On first down, Moon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 53 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now a give, right side. Moon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up, forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And now here's a carry heading left. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they'll probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Texans have taken the early lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot, because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Play action. Now Wilson. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. On 2nd down now. Moon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 2. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Houston set to take over. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Let's go! Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That boy showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. 3 yards remain for second down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Second and 4. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From the 10. It to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind.
Third quarter action now. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on first down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Wilson going to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll look to throw here. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this one is right through, and that is going to tie us at 18. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 7, Wilson complete to Bryant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. Moon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Wilson. A throw over the middle, caught by Bryant. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. They will take a 7-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
On 2nd down, Moon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. They hand this off to Harris. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one. Right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1 yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll try to run with Harris. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call. And it's certainly a big one here. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that can be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
Wilson to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hit...
Oh, and you can forget overtime. This is going to be a safety in the final minute of the game. Oh, my. And I don't know that I've ever seen a tie game decided in the final seconds because of a safety.
It's just an absolute disaster, Brandon. You're thinking you're going to at least get yourself to overtime. But how about this defense? They said, we're going to take matters into our own hands, and this will be an unbelievable victory if it holds up.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, every team wants to be physical. But we've heard that a million times.